So, my animals in my house are still doing weird shit. I haven't really gotten any spooky. I'm gonna start probably recording it more, but I don't know. My animals were all acting weird and weirder every day. Like my dog started doing this weird barky thing every time I come to the door, which they never did before. My cat, um, just constantly always up my ass. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna end up with like a shutter kind of scenario with like there's gonna end up like a little Asian chick on my back or something like that, and like I can't see her. I don't know, man. So I kind of like been looking into like see if cats or dogs can see ultraviolet light, and it turns out they can. I kind of figured they could see something we can't see. There's got to be something that I'm not seeing. Uh, I give them everything. I give them all the treats, all the snacks, all the food, clean water, clean box. I don't know what they want more. Walk them. Like, it's not like they're like, it's like they're worried. I don't know how to explain it, but just watch some weird videos and do some commentary to get your mind off the weirdness.
Cats and dogs that saw something their owners couldn't see. The dog in the spirit box. Mike Jameson claims that several spirits haunt his home. One night he's recording a session with a spirit box, which is basically a device that scans through radio frequencies looking for sound.
I'm gonna buy one of these just to see how they are. I'm only buying an $80 one. I'll go crazy expensive, but like, I don't see what the difference from this is just having like, what do they call it? Oculator, I think it is. It's for randomizing numbers and shit. You use them for like synthesizers and stuff. You can usually make a cool one out of radiation because radiation Geiger counters and stuff. They when they're picking up the actual thing, it's sporadic and random. So like they use them for like random notes. I don't know. You could probably set up the same idea. Geiger counters pick up energy with like a like I don't know. I've looked into these things. I'm trying to break down something I barely know how it works, but at the same time I know how it works. Just using radio EMF and fucking just seeing whatever picks up the fucking the flow. Like, because if anything, a cold spot and a hot spot, like, well, hot spots don't expect. That's usually just open power sources, which fucking up the EMP and everything else. EMF.
Paranormal researchers believe that these sounds come from ghosts or supernatural entities.
Jin.
Mike's dog Buckeye is there.
My main thing is I don't believe in ghosts. Like, well, ghosts aren't ghosts. If you died and you didn't pass on, it means you died violently and you're not going to be able to ever pass on. It's like babies and stuff. Like you're just stuck in purgatory, basically. Honestly, I think being stuck in purgatory sounds a lot more sweeter than being a vengeful ghost, because then you're just surrounded by jinn and well demons. Period. Like I don't know. Like most of the time you communicate. Like where you at right now? I got this thing right here, my pendulum. It, like, if I tell it to halt, it'll halt. Is my favorite color black? Okay, that was easy. Is my dad's first name Donald? Okay. See, you got the yes or no's. Is my birthday August 5th? Yes. Is my birthday August 4th? Like, I don't know. Some of this shit works, man. Like, I don't rash on it. If it can get yes or no questions right almost every time correctly, like, I never get anything wrong with this fucking thing, which is pretty kooky in my eyes. My other friends play with it, it just goes straight. I play with it, it moves around. Like, I should get a video of that. Like, if I use my left hand, no movement. If I do my right hand, that also goes into like the teaching of thought. But I need to ask it a question. See how it's straight. This is my favorite color, green. I don't know. That's weird, bro. Do I prefer purple? But blue sucks, right, to me? That's how you get that blurple I like. That's violent. See, it's a cut. Just to throw it off, see if it'll give me an answer. That's fucking crazy. Stop moving. Stop moving. Stop moving. Stop moving. Fucking stop. Goodbye.
There with him. The dog is staring at the basement stairs and seems to be a little freaked out by the whole creepy experience.
Something's going
Eerily,
on.
a voice on the spirit box first seems to say Mike's name, but otherwise, it seems a bit confused.
Mike? Yeah, what's up, man? You just said my name.
Its eyes are so dilated. Why? It's heightened. Oh man, it's on edge. That's how my dogs act.
That's
Yeah, fuck that, dude. It's always at doors. What is it with doorways? It's either like I'll even open the hallway door and there'd be nothing there. There'd be absolutely nothing there. Not even like someone going into the building or like fucking no. You could hear someone in the hallway.
In a later clip,
There
we
was
see
someone in the
more
hallway.
activity in the scary video as the dog heads for the basement stairs.
Go back to bed. I don't want to wake you up. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. You're just gonna chill with me. She's never like this,
That's the
and
spirit.
she's not in fucking heat. Like, and the meow she keeps giving me, like what? Like, I'll get up. Just follow me around, like everywhere I go, everywhere in the house. It's like she wasn't doing this before, until like a couple weeks ago.
To come up the stairs, his dog Buckeye seems to be staring intently at something, and Mike begins to capture on video what many paranormal researchers call orbs.
Can you walk up my steps? I want to capture you on video, spirits.
See, he's doing the wrong, dude. You don't fucking do that. This is the bad part. You don't do that. Bad. Wrong. You fucking tell it to go fuck itself and leave, and then you catch it out in the name of God.
Ooh, oh my god. I just seen a orb come straight to the right side of the camera at 117.
That mirror keeps fucking fluctuating, if you
I did
notice
see
right over
something
here.
come from.
Wait, watch.
Oh my god. I just seen a orb come straight
You
to
see a
the
depression
right
in the
side
mirror.
of
It goes
camera
up, right
at
there, and then it goes
117.
away. Look, it disappeared.
I did see something come from the left side of the dog, but I'm not sure on that. His tail is not moving. See his head turn.
That dog is on
Suddenly,
edge.
Mike's camera begins to malfunction.
She is not happy.
Losing focus for no reason. At the same moment, his dog Buckeye freaks out.
Oh, losing focus, losing focus. Oh my god.
Yo, what? Yo, you see all the fucking particles? You can tell me that was focusing on that. That wasn't there before. That would have happened already. Like, what are you gonna tell me? Like, what? Oh, that's the kind of shit my dogs do.
Wow, dude. See. Yeah, my camera just lost focus and I got goosebumps, spirits.
So, was Mike actually communicating with ghosts, and could his dog Buckeye actually see or sense them? Or was it all just random coincidence? You decide. Cat sees a ghost. One night, Kimberly Haas' cat suddenly becomes very disturbed by something in the room.
Okay. I guarantee you, I need to film what my cat's been doing, because like it's even weirder. Like the cat doesn't just get up like that. She'll like be under the blankets like that, come out from underneath the blanket. I'll be sitting here on the computer doing my own thing, and like it's one thing to come out and then like go eat or just go chill around the room or look for attention. She gets up, then starts looking around the room, and then starts jumping around like she's trying to fucking attack something, like a weird like I don't know, like scared cat look. I don't know how to explain it. She does that weird jumpy thing, and then she starts like swatting at the end and then running around my room like a crazy person. I seen the cats do the crazy run around the house. That's hilarious to me still. But it's not like, I don't know how to explain it. Like she's like, I don't know. It's like she's playing chicken with a freaking tornado, like Tasmanian Devil. The way she's like coming at it at all angles. It reminds me of like playing a Final Fantasy boss.
Even though Kimberly can't see anything. The hair on the cat's back begins to stand up,
like
and it paces the floor as if it is looking at something threatening above the dresser.
There's a mirror though, right? Was there a mirror?
The ghost, something in the room.
Yeah, there's a mirror. That's why I got rid of all my mirrors. I don't know. Mirrors are never a good thing. I don't.
Stand up, and it paces the floor as if it is looking at something threatening.
Like that, but she's like jumping around. Cause, I don't know. That looks like an older cat. She's only like 3.
Above the dresser.
I'm definitely gonna get this on camera later if I can. Look, she's ignoring it like you're supposed to. She doesn't ignore it. Nor does the dogs. It's even creepier when you get the dogs barking randomly at night.
The cat continues to have a very strange reaction.
Look at that tail. It's like a telltale sign. Like I know something's going on when the cat's tail just starts beating around like that. It just reminds me of like, I don't know, if you had like a bee or a wasp flying around you and you're just like, please don't land on me. Please don't land on me.
Reaction.
It's the mirror, bro. Fucking Oculus. Not that shitty movie, like actual like Oculus.
Eventually, the cat even
The
starts
hand mirror
crouching
kind
on
of
its back legs to get a better look at whatever it sees above the dresser.
Mirrors in the occult. You're just in a dark room with a candle and stuff, and you're just supposed to just repeat lines. I forgot the name of it. Oculus and the Occult. Of course, it's gonna go into this stuff too, like as above, so below bullshit. Oculus and the Occult, like the reflection. That's why everything that's ever dwelt up by these fucks is just a shitty copy. Never the actual Woo! The music is making this way more dramatic than it needs to be. Excuse me.
Apparently, the cat saw something that their owner couldn't see, and definitely did not like it. The owner, Kimberly, thinks that it could have been a ghost or spirit. But what do you think? Cats can be quirky, so is this cat just acting bizarre for no reason? Or is the pet seeing something supernatural? Something in the corner. A YouTuber uploaded a video of her dog Bella's mysterious nightly ritual. The owner says that every night at 9:15, the dog leaves the family and their other dogs and walks alone into a dark room near the kitchen. There, Bella sits and stares at one corner of the room as if intently watching something.
That's what
The dog
fucking
will watch the corner
Davina
for up to
does.
45 minutes, occasionally raising her ears as if she hears something.
What do they call those? The fucking, like, stuck in a loop. Like I said, it's still a shitty spirit that died probably a shitty way. Like I'd rather be stuck in purgatory with the crying, all the crying and stuff, than, like, deal with Jinn. Because those same spirits will fuck with you as much as you fuck with others. I don't know. You eventually turn into a Jinn. Because, like, all demons were were once an entity of another plane. Doesn't matter what realm you were in. From gnomes to fucking cross-dimensional, fifth-dimensional, godlike beings, and whatever you want to call them, deities. I'm not gonna call them gods because they're not. They're demigod. They're They're the Neanderthals. Fucking bullshit, Pleiades bullshit. fucking Greeks and they're fucking multiple gods. Bunch of. If you actually look into like Roman history and stuff, we're literally getting pair to pair. All it was is they didn't have TV and internet to like, and sciences. Well, the sciences as it is now. Well, I fucking hate how it is now, but like. They got to the point where they dumbed down most of the people, where they just believed people had. It's like Kim Jong Un and shit like that. How they like, ooh, he's a magical superpower man, bro. They were all real people. They were just boasted up stories of bards and bullshit writers and philosophers. Like, just the story of Zeus sounds like fucking the story of like how the fucking Anglo-Saxon family, fucking the Roman. Royalty, like how they eat children after Elizabeth Bathory and stuff. Like, it's just rich people eating their kids. It's fucking happened throughout history. I don't know, man. It's just they retell it differently. Just like they suppress all of history. Like, God forbid we find out that the pyramids are older than they are and all that shit. And just because it questions to, like, don't question the science, don't question the history, don't look up. Fucking retards. Like, there's totally nothing. Just because we can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. Like, there's got to be something going on in the light we can't see. Like, someone needs to make a spectral scope that can, like, see it without making microwaves. A microwave close up. It sounds like such a bad thing. Something that could see, like, you could do the infrared and see the cold spots. So, like, you need something that can see, like, there's got to be a way to view, like, the photons, like, being emitted from, like, electric energy, like, without using a microwave telescope kind of idea. There's got to be some kind of way looking through it. What do they call it? A spectroscope. There's a name for the fucking actual one I'm thinking of, but that one saw through time.
So this is what Bella does, like between
Chronograph.
9:15 and 9:30.
I have to get off topic real quick. You ever think about this? Photos, art, most art, photos, music, like I'm saying, it actually is like a cross-dimensional thing. It spans through time and space. It's never aging, and it always has a meaning depending on either, if even it's on different years, everybody will get their own opinion. So it has multiple like points of where I don't know, like art is trans-dimensional. Like, it makes it, once a piece of art is made, it makes other patterns and where reality can go. That's why, like, comedy can go so far, art can go so far, and it changes the course of history depending on where we're at and how it was introduced. Because, like, the same thing can be done once, and then 20 years later, 30 years later, it's reintroduced, and it becomes reggae. Reggae turns to ska is a great example of that. But, like, it doesn't make, like, the Specials and Bob Marley not ever present, and it actually makes them more time-worthy. And then, like I said, 100 years from now, we're still going to look back on it, and that's going to be there. And, like, it's like a photo. You'll get a photo that was taken in 1812. Those people are long dead, but they're alive in that photo. You can get a sense of how it's weird. It's a thought.
Every night, she stares at the same corner.
But like I was getting at, this is one of those like ghosts. That sounds even, like I said, I'd rather be in purgatory. At least you'd be hanging out with like, I don't know, whoever else is stuck in purgatory, and a bunch of crying. It'd probably get annoying, the crying, but you'll get used to that over fucking reliving the same, like, if you're one of the, what do they call those ghosts? I can't remember. Like, there's a name for it when they just repeat the same cycle over and over and over again. That sounds like hell. Like, I hate lines. I hate doing the same thing over and over again. I hate having to repeat. That would be my hell. Just having to grammar check people, and then they have to start over. But you're in line to do it. Something else. The DMV. Like, I don't even mean like to sound like a stereotype, but like that is like pulling teeth for me. Like, God forbid you can talk to someone and have a conversation. Oh, man, it's like getting hit with spikes when you go talk to someone. There.
Actually, we're kind of all tucked in back in the back, and the other dogs are with me. But she cruises out here almost nightly.
Humans so can't
just sit by
communicate.
herself,
Shit.
even in the dark, and just stare at this corner.
Another thing though is like I always keep pointing this out. The animals I think might be picking up on like the Wi-Fi 6 and like all the Bluetooth and all that. We can't see it. They might be able to see that, and that looks like a clusterfuck of garbage, of like wireless bullshit.
There at this corner.
Like this is all wireless setup. Like dude, all this looks like if I was a dog and I seen it every day. It could be the power cycling through the house finally at 9 o'clock when they do the plant thing, and then everything like I don't know. It could be like I said, an actual thing because the power grid's lowering down because there's so many people at 9:15, and it lowers down so there's not more forcing through the wall, and that dog can probably pick it. I don't know. Just a thought. It doesn't have to be ghost in this one. It could just be a bunch of fucking microwaves being tossed around, and they could see it. What's up, baby?
Even as the owner films and talks about the dog, Bella cannot be distracted from whatever it is that she's looking at.
Bella, honey. Bella. Bella.
It's not even like scared. It looks like it's tranced, and like that goes to the microwave theory of what I'm saying, because if it's what it would look like, because everything follows the frequency, it probably looks pretty beautiful too, honestly. Like when everything power, like the grid starts lowering down, people start going to bed and turn off their TVs at power, and like I know everything's a current volt, but like there's the grid itself has a lot more going off through it, and that's gonna go to your breaker, and then it goes through your house. Versus like the 120 watts. If I'm not wrong. I might be wrong.
Her mode of thinking and paying attention to whatever it is.
Just think about seeing like a beautiful spiraling thing if it's where Wi-Fi is emitting. I don't know. I would try a Faraday cage around the Wi-Fi and see if anything changes. And then like if everything's hardwired, then you don't have to worry about like the Wi-Fi like not working. Unless you use the Wi-Fi, but I wouldn't use Wi-Fi. I don't like the Wi-Fi, especially everything's Wi-Fi 6. I don't even like using the Wi-Fi I got yet. It's only because I can't run wires through walls right now.
But it gets even stranger. From time to time, their other dog Madison will join Bella, staring at the same mysterious...
But this also goes back to the idea where like they're conjuring things up with the Wi-Fi too. Like that sounds like a madman thing, but like if you're putting a bunch of like we use microwaves, we act like we know how they all work, but we don't give away like we don't like talking about how like low grade microwaves are being tossed around all the time. Like it's got to be doing something to the human, let alone what it could be doing in front of us. Like it could be manipulating the time space and just like making wormholes for things that live in other dimensions. Like why is it too profound to have that thought? Like you shove enough photons in an area, you end up with a black hole. You shove enough photons in an area, you probably end up with a wormhole. You shove enough photons anywhere, like you end up with a sun. You end up with this energy builds and it accumulates and it becomes something. It's got to do something. Energy used has to be dispersed, unless it's just gonna just radiate off like fucking power lines. Look how that worked out for the kids that live into those.
corner.
Sometimes Madison will do it too, but nothing compared to what Bella's doing. Although they do tend to raise their head at the same time. There are times.
I don't know, man. Like, think about it. If there's a circling force, and like the router, everything's right there. Like, it's an emitting circle. It's in a circle of a dome. Like, think of a circle, and it's expanding out in radio waves. Well, actually, it's not. It's microwaves for that. It's low. It's 60 hertz or lower. I think for what Wi-Fi. I think they've actually gone up higher with Wi-Fi 6 and all that, but it's radiating off. Then you get your antenna, if you got them, or you get your actual Wi-Fi chip, and that picks it up. But all it does is it's picking up the microwaves that are going in. God forbid the ones that are being, like, it doesn't suck it in like a fucking vacuum and focus it in. No, it's just catching what's not being dispersed.
When their heads will both go in the same direction where there is nothing.
So, what is it that the dogs see that their owners can't? Is it a ghost or something supernatural?
Wi-Fi and conjuring demons. I hate you, dude. This is why they make movies of this. Like, they do this all the time in Hollywood. So you can't look up, like, actual occult stuff and all that shit. You have to, like, go to DuckDuckGo, and Google fucking doesn't even Google anymore. Like, I don't even tell people to Google shit. Googling anything is fucking retarded. Oh, my God. Oh, I have to.
Natural? Or is it just quirky behavior? And why every night at the exact same time? Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you-
Like I said, or they could be exposed wires, and it's not grounded. It's just like leaking out energy, feeding it out, and it's not grounded properly. And like I said, the grid's shutting off, so there's less power on the whole city, and then there's less power having to go through, like, getting shot out, because if they're like the top of the fucking food chain before it goes down the list of the houses, they could be getting the whole fucking kit and caboodle and more. I don't know. They should replace their breakers and shit first, and maybe see an electrician, see if anything's like exposed. I would take an EMF reader or something, or not even just like something to it, just to see if anything is leaking out. Like,
Feline Grim Reaper. Oscar the cat was adopted by the Steerhouse
this is
Nursing
the
Home in
cancer
Rhode
cat.
Island when he was just a kitten, along with 5 other cats. The idea was that the 6 cats could provide companionship and comfort for the nursing home residents. However, the staff soon noticed that Oscar was not quite as friendly as the other cats.
Oscar is not always the friendliest cat. He's
Come
not
on,
friendly to. He can be bribed like many animals, but he is not a cat that will spend quality time with residents on the ward.
But the staff soon began to notice that Oscar did show a special interest in certain patients. The cat would go into the room of particular nursing home residents and curl up at the foot of their beds.
if they had the, I don't know, I remember this story was going around. I always had this idea that if they had the nuclear pacemakers that were going around, they don't make them anymore like that. I think it's what my grandmother even had too. It had like a rhodium or something in it, or it's uranium. It's something in there where like it's a forever battery. It's a I forgot what it's made out of. I know it's nuclear, and it could be sensing that the death is coming because the harder, like I said, the cat's probably seeing photons. Like, cause you're not gonna think like, the kinetic energy behind that pumping with the friggin' like the battery, the radiated battery ain't gonna give off something. Cause they even say like, I don't know, usually like the battery will outlast the people, and the amount of radiation you get from it's well, they never account for the Wi-Fi and the fucking 5G and all that bullshit. But like, these are old people that probably don't even know how to use cell phones at this time. But this cat's dead already. But like, I remember they're doing this. I think it was like 08 or some shit. This is old.
Within 2 to 4 hours, the patients would pass away. After the patient was deceased, Oscar would leave the room as quietly as he
And he's a
entered.
harbinger.
He will only go and stay with patients that are about to die. He will.
I really questioned if they were that or they had diabetes too. Diabetes is another thing we should look into because the amount of sugar that you're not producing or you're overproducing. Well, what's the name? Diabetes when you have too much sugar. It's hyperglycemia. It means you're not, like I said, it's either you're making not enough insulin, I think it's type 2, and then there's hyperglycemia, which is like the fat people who are like, bro, lay off the fucking bread snacks and the sweet donuts. It's mostly because your body, when it eats grain or any kind of like wheat, flour, kind of like glucose, it uses 100% of it. I'm not saying it's good for you. It's not. When your body uses 100% of anything, it's gonna make waste, especially if they're not using the proper like ingredients. Which most of the time they're not even using good sugars anymore, like cane sugars. It's corn sugars. That's why corn is like literally a part of our fucking DNA.
Leave
Like
room.
microscopic. You can look at our DNA and we have corn in it because we eat corn in every fucking thing now. That's why everybody is dying. Fucking like the cannibals that lived in the caves that convinced us to eat the grain instead of fucking eating the meat that we fucking would work for, and they would get the meat instead and then eat the fucking youth that they was like, dude, you should look into that fucking shit. Neanderthals were nuts.
For example, when patients are not
Proto-humans and
close,
stuff.
even though we might perceive them to be close.
If Oscar was removed from a patient's room and the door was closed,
High five.
he would pace outside,
High five.
meowing to be let back in.
And Oscar will
want
frantically
kitty
pace
kisses?
outside
Kitty kisses.
the closed door, which that is really something to see.
Even creepier, Oscar has never been wrong.
He's been pretty accurate. I know.
Like, if you already made your piece and you're actually gonna make the bridge and like Jacob's ladder comes to you, I can see the cat seeing the, like I said, like all it comes down to is I think the cat's seeing the void be made. It's weird. That's why the Egyptians probably worship the shit out of him.
Well, actually,
What's
no
up,
event
Thomas?
where he wasn't at
Come
the
on,
bedside.
just jump
Now,
up.
usually in these videos, I'll ask you, the viewer, if you think a story is real or fake.
Come on.
But there is no disputing this one. It's 100% real. Oscar the Cat's amazing ability to predict the demise of patients was chronicled in 2007 in the New England Journal.
See, I knew it was 08. That's why I remember it. I know I was right. I remember things. I may not remember them 100%, but I remember things.
Journal of Medicine, after he had accurately predicted
Where'd you
the
go?
passing of over 25 patients.
Yeah, whatever.
Since the publishing of that article, Oscar has now predicted the passing of over
Was Oscar real with his predictions? Do those people go to hell? Well, that's nice to hear, at least. Show me east. Goodbye. Direction. Compass. Hold on, I want to see something real quick. What direction am I facing?
Showing.
What direction am I facing? Hold on. I gotta see what direction I'm facing. This would be nuts if that thing just showed me the right direction. Yo, okay. So they just did that. The computer screen's facing you. That's the direction. It was right. That's fucking wild. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, I got that on camera.
Over 100 patients. So the real question is, how does he do it? Is it ESP or some supernatural ability? Is it something paranormal? You decide. Dog sees a ghost. Zach Clark is playing with his new puppy Zoe one day when the dog begins to act very strange. Zoe stares at one end of a room as if something is there, and even starts to growl, bark, and
I swear there's got to be a thing with the younger I'm gonna call it vessel. Like the more they're acute to what's going on, especially like look at children and how they react and shit. I don't think imaginary friends are imaginary friends or some shit. Like I don't know. It's weird.
occasionally back away in fear. What is it?
This is how the dog acts.
Zoe?
I'm like afraid to look. There's literally nothing here. The only explanation is it's a ghost. Like seriously, there's honestly no one here. I am literally home alone right now. Look at this.
But she's like, dude, she freezes. This is what fucking Davina does. Exactly. Just goes up the corners, looks at him. Exactly what she does. Yeah, bro, fuck that. My cat was growling the other day. My cat never growls.
What the hell?
1 week later, the dog repeats the same strange behavior.
What are you barking at, Zoe?
Jew magic, bro. Put a blood cross on the wall. Like you're killing a goat.
What is it, Zoe?
Dude,
Unless
no
you're a
way,
lower
not
sibling.
again.
Unless you're a first
What is
child.
it,
I'll do
Zoe?
it.
Dude, she's looking over there again. What the heck? I hope it was just the fridge turning on.
Like, even like I said, the power grid thing. Like, I'm trying to make up examples for like why this makes sense. And I'm trying to rationalize it with science. And there's some of the things you just can't. Like I said, I'm making up. Like, I don't even think I'm right at all with what I just said. So like, I'm trying to rationalize something I don't know.
Same spot.
But like I said, there also could be a leak in the wall, like an open exposed wire in the wall. I don't fucking know. And she's just seeing the power drain on it. I don't fucking know. Like emit off it. It's weird.
Oh my gosh, you're kidding me.
Excuse me.
So, what do you think Zoe was barking at? Did the dog see
Like the
something that
dog's
her
name.
owner couldn't see? Zach seemed to be a little freaked out by his puppy's behavior and thought it might be a ghost. But what do you think?